What's up, y'all? It's just Rhonda. Welcome to my channel. It's Friday. I'm not only here on Friday, but we got something to talk about. The holidays are coming up. Everybody's talking about the blackout. Let's black out. I'm feeling pretty passionate about this. I feel like this is something that we can all do, what I'm saying, to make some moves, some money moves. The only way to make money moves is to move the money. You know what I'm saying? Y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let's get into this conversation. Are y'all blacking out? Feel like it's necessary. I feel like it's necessary to black out. So let's talk about the blackout and some other things. Let's start here. I'll be forgetting to push share the screen. Let's share the screen and get into this conversation. Um, da, da, da. Share the screen, Instagram. I had to get some information from Instagram because, it's the timeline tea. And this is the things that are on my timeline, among some other things. But this is something that I wanted to talk about. Crystal Watson she makes history, y'all, as the first Black woman elected to be mayor of Kansas City. It's wild how, we're still having first. But when you think about like how long ago it was, which was not very long ago, like 57 years or not, something very not that far back, when women and people of color were given the privilege of voting. So this lady can stand here and in the midst of what has been going on, I'm not going to name the 8 Democrats that, effed us over this last couple few, but you got to be mindful. What they say, all skin folk ain't kinfolk. Yeah, well, we ain't talking about skin folk. We talking about the people within this party, in this system that we are locked into, that we have to figure out a way how to navigate our way through. And so voting in the right officials, I said this, the people have been showing up in these cities and they have been electing mayors of color. So we need to do the same thing when it comes to like the Senate and the Congress. And when we get down here, to the polls, because, as much as y'all like to act like it don't matter, I really, the don't matter people can kiss my tahookies, because this is how we got in this situation to some extent. Like if you have a don't matter attitude, Charlemagne, don't matter, just quit, then we go and fall deeper and deeper down in this hole. We need to organize with allies and things of this, that nature. I hate to say that. It reminds me of Martell Holt. Anyway, history has been made in Kansas City, Kansas. Crystal Watson has officially been elected as the first Black woman to serve as mayor/CEO. This is more than a win. It is a moment generations will look back on, a testament of resilience, leadership, and the power of the community. Yeah, the community is like, gonna have to work together for sure, for sure. We celebrate her and we celebrate what this means for our future. Hopefully we don't throw it away. So, let's start there. Got to get in the know. Good job, Kansas City. I feel like some other places need to show up so we can figure this thing out. We trying to take care of the community. Everybody is not a willing participant in taking care of the community. You always gonna find some fakes and phonies and frauds out here doing things that they have no business doing. Pastor, Living Faith Center in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. These pastors be killing me. So just to let you know what's going on, this lady went on to try to find out. I'll start with him. This lady went on to try to find out if these people, these, food pantries and everything that we're telling you to do, but the church is somewhere where you're supposed to be able to, count on for. They are supposed to be the pillar of the community. Not all of them. Some of them aren't satisfied with $1,200 donations. It's Pastor Marvin Sapp. Tyler Perry supports that, and he got a whole lot of money to stand on. I want to see where he putting his money at. Tyler Perry out here allegedly, doing the same thing the rest of the administration is doing. Anyway, I'm getting a little bit off track. Let's just make sure, we want to be giving to the community and trying to hold this thing together. Let's just make sure that when we're giving we're holding the people accountable, the ones that are supposed to be looking out for our best interests. So let's listen to him.
Of feeding people, how you gonna do your little dirty deed? And you know, it's just the spirit of a witch. It's a witch. And my Bible says he do not allow that thing to live. So you have to watch when you fooling with God. I told him I had my scripture. I'm going to slip it in here this week. I didn't get a chance to share it out Daniel chapter 5. What happened when you mess with the people of God? You taking your life into your own hand. Now they might have a few little TikTok demons came up in here today. Please stay for the rest of the service. Please stay. But you will behave yourself. Because this is not one of them churches you're going to come and disrupt it. You know? And I say, we in the middle of feeding people. How you going to do your little dirty deed? And
okay, so he's calling her, saying that she did a dirty deed. The demoness TikToker did a dirty deed. This is what happened. A Louisiana pastor is furious after a TikToker exposed his church for not helping a starving baby in viral social experiment. Okay? Over on TikTok, a woman named Nikolai, I think that's her name, created a social experiment where she would call churches across America to see if they would donate to starving baby amid the SNAP benefits crisis. In a now viral trend, Nikolai would call the churches and play an audio of a crying baby in the background to see if they would actually donate or brush her off. Shockingly, this is crazy, y'all. Shockingly, out of 42 calls she made, 9 churches said yes and 33 said no. That is wild. Something needs to be done. What is going on? Why is this a thing? One of the churches said No Living Faith Christian Center in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. That's where this guy received a lot of backlash from its members and social media users alike. So on Sunday, their pastor, Raymond W. Johnson, addressed his congregation and condemned Nikolai for lying and manipulating the people of God. He said she was wrong for playing a prank. Well, was she playing a prank? I think a prank that's not what happened here. It's more like an investigation, Pastor. And she went on to say his church has helped many people in need, so her social experience against them failed. It kind of didn't. It got you over here screaming demon over on the pulpit. Demon TikToker made a prank. Don't mess with us over here. Okay. It's the spirit of a witch, but the spirit of a witch. I like witches. And so shout out to the witchy spirit. I mean, you know, it is what it is. It's a witch. And my Bible says he does not allow those things to live. So you have to watch when you're fooling with God. She was not fooling with God. She was over here trying to see if y'all was standing on business. Seemingly, no, you're not alone. I'm assuming there's, 32 other pastors out here telling their congregation a bunch of lies. Imagine that. Lies in the pulpit. Anyway, he then went on to say that Nikolai and people like her are demons and will get what's coming to them by playing with God. I don't think this was playing with God. I think this is exactly what needs to happen. And if 33 out of 42 churches did this or denied this, or didn't come up with some type of explanation, we need a deep dive over there. Well, they're supposed to be doing all the things. You know what I'm saying? Y'all that are donating and sitting up here listening to this man ramble about witches and demons need to hold him accountable and make sure that he's doing the things that he's saying that he's going to do. If my money is not going to help the community, then let me just figure out how, to help somewhere else, child. And then I'll just have to, I don't know, wait and see. Oh, there's people over here in the conversation. You don't have no money anyway? That's sad. I feel like people who don't have any money, you can still share. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to share, half of your sandwich if that's all it is. You know what I'm saying? So if at dinner time, everybody need to eat. That's all I'm saying. Detroit got its first black mayor too. Florida wasn't part of the election process just this time around, but seems like the people are, feeling some type of way. And I tell you what, all the people over in the villages, them old, white Republicans allegedly was dancing in the street with Kamala Harris posters and things. So let's see what happens. Hey, El Cid, we're over here talking about pastors again, how they be flim-flamming. Oh, so let me show y'all the experiment. I didn't show you the best part. So let's, see what this girl actually did to have him in an uproar, calling her a demon and a witch.
Feed a starving baby. And right now, per request, I'm calling Living Faith Christian Center in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Let's call them and see if they would help feed a starving baby.
Living Faith Christian Center.
Hi, yes. I was wanting to see if y'all could help with baby formula at all. I have a 2-month-old and she ran out last night, so I just need like a small can because she's gone all day and all night.
I don't understand. You have need for what now?
I was wanting to see if you all could help with a small can of formula for a baby.
Small can of formula for a baby? Hold on, let me see. Sister Judy's available. Hold on a minute,
Okay. So I'm calling your church to test to see if they would help feed a starving baby. And right now, per request, I'm calling Living Faith Christian Center in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Let's call them and see if they would help feed a starving baby. Hi, I was wanting to see if y'all could help with a small can of baby formula. I have a 2-month-old and she's been out since last night, so she's gone all night and all day without anything to eat.
We don't have any formula around, darling. I'm sorry. None. No diapers, anything for babies. We don't have any.
Could that be something you all could get and I could just pick it up?
No, we can't right now. I'm sorry.
Okay.
All
All right.
right. Bye-bye.
All right, thanks. Nope.
This is
So why is that the response is my first question. I'm not understanding why when you're over here at the, what is it, Baptist? And I mean, there's 33 of them. So we're not just going to single him out. We're just going to say he's the one over here running his mouth, feeling some type of way. Who's in charge of, food donations and things? And why not just say, there's got to be some church petty cash situation somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Who's authorized? Sister Brenda, Sister Lisa? Y'all not authorized to, write $25 to Walmart to get a can of food and then figure out on Sunday service when we hold the meeting? This is the meeting. We need to have some type of resource for diapers and baby formula. Baby formula is $25 a can. So who are you feeding? What are you doing? And what is the purpose of everybody's seat that they sit in the front seat listening to the pastor breathing all over the microphone heavy, calling people witches and demons? This is a situation that needs to be fixed. And like I said, it's not just him. There's 33 of them. Nine people, 9 churches. That's crazy. We got to do better. Else said, but when you do it that way, people talk, and then tons of people call what they cry baby. Okay. She just happened to be the one, though. I feel like, save one. Yeah, people talk, but from now on, just like any other process, clue some. There has to be a baby fund. Babies need wipes, diapers, formula. There has to be some type of fund for that, because when people are donating, they're not likely to buy stuff that they don't normally buy. They'll get a few extra cans of this and that. I go to Publix to buy one, get one. If it's one for me and one for the box, you know what I'm saying? But I just don't understand why it's the church. That's not supposed to be the response. They 3 different people, Miss Margie. Oh no, we don't have anything like that. Then why are you there? What are y'all building a ballroom for God's sakes? Jeez, oh Pete. Or give her the resource where she can get it. That should be your job. You would think. They don't know nothing. Our church does it Tuesday to Friday, and the people come to get $100 worth of groceries. Yeah, but I mean, I guess that's why I've been keep talking about fill the pantries. People who are hungry are not just people that were on food stamps. People were out of work. It's a lot of people that were out of work who were not receiving food stamps before, they got laid off or, whatever happened over there when the Republicans shut down the government. Churches are non-profit organizations. What exactly happens to all that donated money if it's not helping the community? Well, if you ask Pastor Marvin Sapp over there in Atlanta, he would say it's for, I don't know, a new building or something. That's a priority. Like I said, ballrooms and buildings. Sounds familiar. Y'all got a lot going on. We also do a mobile pantry for everyone's second Saturday of the month. This is probably the best resource, though, El Cid. I feel like the most places that I see people actually putting in work, you're talking about directly with your church. Obviously, it's organized over there. This man ain't a bit more thought about anybody's pockets but his own, and his belly is full. Working poor need help too. Exactly. So, I heard the food stamps might have been turned back on. That's what the people was out here saying. So that's good. Y'all be, very resourceful with the food stamps. Don't get all crazy because you don't know what's going to happen. So when you go out these next few, make sure you're planning for, big bags of rice and big bags of beans. And you know what I'm saying? Shop smarter. And still, live your life and keep the food pantries full because that way, you're prepared. You don't think about it, until you're hungry or till your neighbor hungry. Yeah. So speaking of organizing, they organized over here at Starbucks, child. Starbucks been staying in the news. I don't Starbucks, so. What'd you say, Tamika? The sad part is the smaller churches are more likely to help. Yeah. Yep. Then the mega churches are MAGA churches. I don't really feel like I have no other way to put it. And it's always been that way. And, some have been known to do nefarious things like they was doing over there on Epstein Island. But that's another conversation. Starbucks. What happened over at Starbucks, y'all? Well, every year Starbucks comes out with this cup, this red cup. And Pete, first the kids had to get harassed by the CK people that wanted to get CK on their cup just to have the child. And I say child because mostly people that are young work at Starbucks. I don't really see a whole lot of old Starbucks people. So y'all are getting mad because they won't say the CK name out loud. The whole uproar. Now they back over here trying to get these kids to work like slaves over some daggum cups. So they united. Starbucks Workers United initiated a sweeping strike on the company's high-promoted Red Cup Day, launching a coordinated walkout across more than 40 cities and 65 stores. Ooh, that's an organized situation. People need to organize. Who was in charge of that? Because I bet you they know how to get some baby formula. Shoot. Anyway. The open-ended strike began with around 1,000 baristas stepping off the job, making one of the largest labor actions the union has organized to date. Why is it? Because most of them live at home with their mama and daddy. And so they can just leave and y'all can kiss it, Starbucks. I went to Starbucks and it was a little cup of latte for $5, and I was like, Starbucks, you can stop. I won't be doing this. I'll just buy the cream and do the latte at my house. Anyway, Red Cup Day, one of Starbucks' most profitable annual events, typically draws massive customer turnouts for limited edition holiday merchandise and promotions. Who are these people? I think I know. I've never rushed out of anywhere to get a Starbucks cup. Not without some coffee in it. Just give me the regular cup. It might be cheaper to get. How much is the Starbucks cup? $75? If you have a red Starbucks cup, I'm judging you. You probably also drive a Tesla truck. Anyway, with hundreds of workers striking on such a crucial sales day, the move has poised to disrupt operations during the peak of the chain's holiday season. At the core of the conflict is the ongoing struggle between Starbucks Workers United and Starbucks Corporate to reach a collective bargaining agreement. Both sides have publicly blamed each other. Really? Sounds familiar. Is this the new tea? Y'all just gonna blame each other for the breakdown? No conversation, no cooperation, just anyway. They're at a continued stalemate. Workers have voiced concerns over staffing shortages, scheduling issues, and what they describe as the company's refusal to engage in meaningful contract negotiations. So they treat these people like they don't even have to talk to you. This is how it's going to be. It is what it is. And if y'all had a scheduling situation before, when 1,000 people walk out of 65 stores, I think that's what it was, and you're going to really go see it. And the people that are there are going to be like, I can't handle it. And then they're going to walk out too. This is a crash out I'll be looking into. I'll be keeping an eye on it. I don't really frequent Starbucks. It's just too much. And all them ingredients, those kids are stressed the hell out. And they're drinking the coffee and who knows what the hell else. The union has indicated that the strike could grow in coming days. I bet it will, suggesting that more stores may join the effort in progress remaining stalled. As the holiday rush begins, the walkout and scores rising tension between the coffee giant and its rapidly expanding workforce movement, one that continues to push for improved workplace conditions and formal contracts that recognize the union's demands. Well, like I said, I'll be keeping a tab to see what's going on over here at Starbucks. I'm not a customer there, so that won't be hard for me to ignore. What y'all saying? I have a red cup from 2 years ago. You stopped buying Starbucks cups 2 years ago? Well, hell, it lasts a long time. I won't judge you for a Starbucks cup from 2 years ago. It's these newer versions that are, creating problems over here at Starbucks. Last year, Tamika, listen, like I said, I make my own coffee. I won't have to really be worried about Starbucks too much. But based on what's going on over there, you ain't gonna want to be in that line anyway. So the boycott, let's get into that. They on strike, we on a boycott. Starbucks is definitely on the list. This is the list that we're going to be boycotting. Hopefully, I know I will, and hopefully you will too. I'll be doing my best. Target, that's going to be easy. Haven't been there in a long time, not since the first boycott. I'm not inclined to go back. Home Depot, haven't been there either. Walmart is a challenge, but I feel like, so this is the thing, because groceries are going to be a little bit harder than everything else, but Walmart, groceries only. Don't be over here shopping around Walmart for Christmas things. If you got to get your groceries there, then it is what it is. But try Aldi, try to make other, take advantage of other options. I'm not judging anybody from where they get their groceries because it be hard out here. Hubby is in construction. We got to buy Home Depot. What about Lowe's? I mean, I don't know how your business is tied in. Like I said, you maneuver the list the best way you can. If you got a Home Depot, then maybe you don't have to Walmart or Target. You know what I'm saying? Starbucks on the list. Seems like they're going to be a problem anyway, so that's easy. Etsy is on the list. Now, I found out Etsy was out here with these alligator Alcatraz t-shirts and, merch and stuff. So that's a problem. Um, Walmart has some racist merch that, let's stay out of their departments where you gotta get clothing. Y'all are holding on to Home Depot. I mean, I'm not judging nobody. I'm just giving y'all the list, and you do with it what you can. But we got to see, what happens when you pull these dollars. You can not do Home Depot for a week. You can, you know what I'm saying? Just blackout. Like, even if you got to do Home Depot, you can not Home Depot during the blackout. It's like November 28th. It's Black Friday to December 2nd. You got an emergency Home Depot situation. You can't close that thing out, or, whatever other options you got. I'm not saying give up Home Depot forever, but at least try to stay the hell away from there during Blackout Friday and, the whole week. Etsy had the problematic merch, and they also, as a creative or as a crafter, do you know that they have a payment reserve system over there at Etsy where they hold on to your money for 45 days? And I'm like, that's longer than the bank. So there are other options out there, and I'm gonna let y'all know what that is in terms of getting your merchandise, in the public. You ain't got to go through Etsy, though. They over there holding people's coins hostage, and that's a problem. Spotify. I don't have to Spotify. Spotify is expensive, and I just, have lately been choosing other options because it costs a lot. Like, there's 5 people over here trying to do the family plan on Spotify. Kellogg's, out. Tesla, not going to be a problem. Burger King, haven't eaten there in years. I'm trying to boycott all fast food, to be honest, because I feel like it's not actually food. I'll be feeling away after I eat it. PepsiCo, Coca-Cola. I don't drink sodas. If you want to try an experiment, see how you can do without Coca-Cola products and PepsiCo products, this would be the time to do it, at least just for a week. Yeah, boycott all fast food. There's a lot of you go to a fast food window and for some garbage that you don't want to eat, and it's like $15 or more. If you just go to like a mom and pop spot over in your area that you drive past every day, unless it's terrible, I'm not saying do terrible things, but try other things and see what happens. You'll end up having probably better food for the same amount of money or less. Nestle, got it. Kraft and Heinz, not a problem. Samsung, not a, I don't Samsung. Apple, I don't need them either. Shell and Chevron. So that's the blackout list. That's not a bad list. I don't feel like there's just always other options. And this is not forever. This is for, a week. If there's something like Home Depot that you just can't let go of, then, just make sure they feel it in their pockets during this blackout week. I brought tortilla shells and make my own tacos. Now, we do all the time. Who was that? Kiwan was over here the other day saying they're doing tacos for Thanksgiving. And I was like, as much as I do tacos, I'm going to have to say, but not everybody does that, Anyway. So, like I said, let's just try to avoid as much as we can the things on this list. And I feel like some of the things on the list, like Target and I don't know, Etsy, Spotify, some of the things on the list, you walk away from it for that week and then you realize like there's other options and you don't necessarily have to do it. Now, I'm not saying cancel Christmas. I don't think anybody, wants to do that. You want to be part of, the celebration if that's what especially if you got kids, if that's what you normally do, or just like being in the spirit of, you know what I mean? You just don't have to go overboard, or you can move your money somewhere else. During this week, the kids are out of school. Let's switch over to some apps that we don't normally do. Just, just for this week. I'm not saying give up all your things. There's some, especially for us content creators, that we can't give up necessarily, but some I can. So, and even if it's like, let's affect the numbers, you know what I'm saying, in a way where we shift it to somewhere else just over the holiday. We got All Black. That's a subscribed channel. I don't know what's over there. No, don't give up YouTube. You can't. It's like, somewhat of your media. You got to come over here and find out, but you can come over here and be on Black YouTube. I'll be seeing what El Cid is talking about, unsolicited advice and unscripted things, or we be over there talking about anything and everything under the sun and the music of it all. And if you want to go around the world and all the blind dating situation, Love is Blind, you can do that over there. That's All Black television. That's All Black content. There's many more. Me and TB over here, we'll be here with you tomorrow to talk about Bell's Collective. I'm here right now. YouTube has, Black, channel avenue for us to participate in. Maverick, haven't tried Maverick. Want to see what's over there. Plex and Tubi. We're familiar with Tubi. Listen, I'm just saying, switch it up. You know what I mean? Tubi is low budget, but maybe if we pay more attention, the budget could be up and we could be doing other things and not the things, and then not complaining about not seeing ourselves because we over here doing what we do. So switching up what you're watching and things. So I looked up these things for y'all because, this is what I came here to do. Amazon. We don't have to necessarily mess with Amazon for the most part at all. That's a big one. So what is it? Black-owned business directory. Love this. There's a whole directory that shares information on Black-owned businesses. Now, you can discover. Zuri is their AI secretary, help you navigate if you're having some challenges, because some websites are a little more difficult to navigate than others. You can check the reviews. They've got events in different places. All you do is put in your zip code and they'll show you what's going on in your area. Black events. They have job posts. So it's like I said, it's like a, what do you call it? A directory. Shopping. So let's see. Beauty and personal care. I'll just kind of, take a little look-see. It's really an interesting website to get into. You can really get lost over here. And, you got things from $4 to, $40, depending on what it is, or more, gift sets, things of that nature. You could get some hair over here, everything, all the things. Let's see. Let's go to featured members, apparel, accessories. They got books, grocery. What they got in groceries? Grocery Gourmet, spices. They got the wrap snacks over here. I mean, there's just about everything. Sauces, spices, like you shopping anyway in the store. This is, this is how you spend your Black dollars. Love this. What's another one? Like I said, this works like a Amazon sort of thing. So it's, take a few minutes. I really was enjoying looking and discovering all the stuff they had over there. You've never watched Tubi? Well, now you got time. El Cid, you've never watched Tubi either? Look at there. Look at the things that you can discover over here on the Blackout Friday. Just saying. So I also picked out some because these are gift ideas. We're just looking for other places, you know what I'm saying, to spend our black dollars over the blackout, week. Um so this is a product that I have run across. I use it myself. It's all natural. What they got going on? Exclusive bundles. I think this is a fun thing to give people for holiday. They have, you look at the products, the rose water bundle, and you can look into like what comes with it. Curl creams. This brand is definitely for the natural hair girls. Their price point is very affordable. If you use any of the other brands, you know what I'm saying? Like it's $15 for shampoo. Like they're not really outrageous in terms of their prices. The bundles are a good way to discover products. You know what I'm saying? Even if you want to break them up, it's a good solid Christmas gift. $65, and this is like not for everyone. This is for people that are into like professional products. The bundles are good, and something else I've seen, the accessories. And check out their website too. Like it's an interesting, like it gives you a good idea of how to pick what product to pick for yourself. I know I've seen something that said accessories. Bestsellers. They have like you can do a hair quiz. Love that. Well, darn it. Anyway, their accessories have like brushes and designed for textured hair. They have the little edge control brush. I'm just doing a horrible time finding it. I don't know why. Anyway, TGIN. That was one of the black-owned hair brands that I thought would be a fun shop. Then you got Butter. I think everybody's not everybody, but a lot of people are familiar with Butter. But just over the holidays, they got these custom little gift bundles, which is like this is the best time to do that since body care. I think I like body stuff. They're known for their skincare, but they've also got body butters and things of that nature. I hate it when I say that so much. Holiday. Here we go. They're holiday packages. These are cool. Oh, there's a guy. Get him out of here. We don't want to talk to him. Self-care for your man. The Sterling Kit. What's in the Sterling Kit? For luminous, ageless skin, revitalized, smooth, and retexture. It's $83. Sometimes the skin stuff is expensive, but we're talking about all the budgets. This is the same person that would go to Sephora and spend the same amount of money. So, And then I thought, your girl Melanie Holt. Oh, Melanie Cherie. Melanie Cherie is over here. She been doing 7th Avenue Beauty, and this is a good time to like maybe test out some of her things. I had this one queued up because it's the oil and the scrub. What is it called? The duo. The lemon drop scrub and oil duo. They all come in different, aromas. $69. I think that's a good gift for depending on, what's your price point, who you looking for, what y'all over here talking about. You can't commit to locks. their work. I'm in y'all's hair. Y'all done had a whole conversation. They do the TGIM product line. They do have like creams. I mean, gels for locked hair. It's all natural, so it doesn't like build up. You know, they got a good setup for, you know, you're not getting a lot of build up. Locks are hard. Um, yeah, y'all are a lock family. I'm not a lock family. We got one lock over here. But everybody's hair is natural over here. I'll let y'all continue the conversation. Melanie Cherie, she has a great product line. If you're looking for good gift giving or just websites to go get good ideas from. Let's see. Actively Black. You know, I talk about them all the time. Just to get an idea, I think the best representation was their unisex line. Their website is pretty extensive, but you know they're giving you a whole history lesson over here. This one has just about everything. You know what they got? Their bags are very nice, really nice. They got a lot of these unisex things on sale. Most of the new stuff like is not available necessarily, but you know they let you know, you give them your email and they let you know when the stuff gets back in stock. So you can check their reviews and see, you know, what the people are saying, how they're, you know, how they feel about their product. It's probably slow because I got so much stuff on here. Let's get rid of some things. See, they got nice bags. You in the $200-300 price range, but for a good bag, that's how much you're gonna pay anyway. You got some 65. These are good gifts for like young people, teenagers off to college and things. Notify me when available. I mean, I feel like if you're shopping, um, and you're a teenager or you know young adult, you don't mind waiting on a quality bag, something that's you know in high demand. So this one right here, I really like that one. You know, and some of these young kids out here are swag. Mine are not swag. They'll throw the bag somewhere and won't give a damn. But you know, some of these kids that's out here are swag. They want something different. This is, you know, a nice bag representing the community. They got more things. And it depends what you want. And I'm just saying, like, I don't know these people. I don't have any reason to come over here and, you know, solicit anything from anyone. I was just trying to show y'all some things that, you know, you don't have to. Shopping is shopping. You can be on anybody's website. So when you're switching over this Christmas season, everybody's budget is different. These are high end, but if you go to the what is it? Buy Black. Um what do you call it? It's not a dictionary. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The Buy Black Amazon, the Black Amazon. You can go over there and find anything on any price point that you're looking for. Designer brands. These are all individual. They got shoes. And these are all high-end bags, jewelry, lingerie. If you're looking for, you know, black owned, black brand, black designer, they're over here and there. And I look at these little purses and it reminded me of Angel Reese and Olandria. Olandria was on Angel Reese's podcast, Unapologetically Angel. Angel Reese is a Barbie doll. She also is, you know, got her own Reebok. So if you're a brand person and then you got to run over and get you a shoe, at least get the Angel Reese shoe over there at Reebok. She's also a Barbie doll. What a great Barbie to get for your babies, this Christmas. And Alondria is over here representing. I don't know if she partnered with Reebok or because she's wearing the Angel Reese shoe, but this is a heck of a partnership. I like it. She was over there giving away gift bags, and I think she does that to all her guests. Her guests get a heck of a swag bag when they come over there. But one thing I noticed, and I know that they get into challenges with signing contracts with these brands, and then these brands don't want you to hey, Shayna. They don't want you to promote anybody else. But Angel, I want you to find a way to promote others besides Versace. She gave her Alandria a little bag, Jaquim, a French designer brand founded by Simon Porte Jaquimus in 2009. Yeah, that's the bag. That's the hot bag that the girlies got. But can you girlies remember to include some of these Black designers in your swag? You know what I'm saying? Because they want to be like you. They want the bag that Angel has. Alondria is America's little fashion Barbie right now. They want the bag that Alondria has. So while y'all are promoting these bags with your swag bag, make sure you include some of us in your swag. I think that's it, y'all. What are you planning for the holidays in terms of activities? I'm planning on watching some of this good old Black TV on these Tubi and thing. I feel like there's a lot of activities that we have gotten in this place. I'm all over the place right now. We've gotten in this place where convenience is getting in the way of our progression. You know what I'm saying? And so if you can't, and it's not even an inconvenience. I think we don't like change. So how hard is it to click on, a website that's going to show you Black-owned businesses? The work has already been done for you. Else, did you say you off that week? You going live every day? I mean, I hear you. If it's something to go live about, you have a lot on your list of things to do. I won't be off that week, but I'm going to give you the best that I got. You know what I'm saying? But that being said, you being here, every day for entertainment to take us away from some of the things that we would be doing, over there at one of those places on that list, click off of Amazon and click over here and do some shopping. When you go to these websites, you will get lost down a rabbit hole. And when you look at what is your budget, you know what I'm saying? What are you trying to spend? So, and who do you have to spend for? Teach the kids something different besides spending money. You can make Christmas trees with your family. I know that sounds corny, but when you have little kids, they love every bit of that. They love trying to make things that look like his Christmas trees. It's fun for y'all. It's, frustrating maybe as a parent, but as an activity, I think it's fun. One of my clients and her family made gingerbread houses last year. And when she sent me pictures of the houses, I was like, holy moly, y'all were not kidding. They got down into it. That's the things that they are going to remember are the experiences. Kids are over 18. They're getting, okay. Well, I mean, if they like, if they like money, that's fine too, but that's different than, you can introduce them to something else. I feel like, at that age, it's very hard to get them to participate in things. They want to go off and do their own thing. So, yeah, I'm not handing out $100 to nobody. They're going to eat these cookies over here. Tubi and all of those types of apps, they have Black Christmas movies. Sometimes, it's just about the quality of time. Sometimes you find a gem, you know what I'm saying? That's, creating memories. That's all I'm saying. Board games. We used to play board games a lot. I don't think we have any right now, but if you're in the house all together, try to incorporate some board games, having a family book club. These are things that we don't do because everybody is sitting around scrolling, including myself. Like if I sat here with my adult children, we pick a book. We don't have to read it together. We pick a book and we set a time to talk about it. You know, hopefully we all learn something. Organize your family, educate each other, give back to your community. Keep an eye on these so-called preachers out here pretending to, you know, do right by the community while y'all sitting over there passing the plate around. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. You know, it's the revolution. Let's get our boots on the ground, y'all, and get to it. Bye, y'all.